Hi guys, so welcome back to another movie review where I continue reviewing the Planet of the Apes rebooted trilogy. You can check out my movie review of the first movie, Rise of the Planet of the Apes, on my YouTube channel that I did last week. Yeah, make sure you check that out. And today we're going to be reviewing the next movie in the Planet of the Apes rebooted trilogy, the sequel to Rise of the Planet of the Apes. And today we're going to be reviewing the sequel, Dawn of the Planet of the Apes. Sorry, I still have a habit of doing that. Yep. Yeah, so today I'm going to be reviewing the sequel, Dawn of the Planet of the Apes. Yep. Yeah, the second movie of the Planet of the Apes reboot trilogy. Yep. Yeah. So Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, yep. As always, have it written down in my movie critic notebook. Yep. Yeah, so Dawn of the Planet of the Apes. It's a sequel to Rise of the Planet of the Apes, released in 2014. And this time Rupert Wyatt directed the first one. But this movie was directed by Matt Reeves, so a new director. Yep. Yeah. Yeah, and it's a science fiction action movie. Yeah, it's on for 2 hours and 11 minutes. It's quite long, longer than the first one, and this movie stars Andy Serkis and also has a new member of the cast, Gary Oldman. Yep. Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah. 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 And yeah, so the basic plot of Dawn of the Planet of the Apes is Caesar, a chimpanzee and leader of the evolved apes, allows a human family into his territory. However, due to a vindictive... Sorry guys, just have to get something. It won't be a sec. Bonbu. Misunderstandings arise between the two species, resulting in war. And that's basically the main plot of Dawn of the Planet of the Apes. So Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, this is the second movie in the Planet of the Apes reboot trilogy, and it's the sequel to Rise of the Planet of the Apes, and it's what I'm reviewing. Yep, I'm reviewing the second movie in the Planet of the Apes reboot trilogy. So going into Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, second movie and everything. So going into Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, as you know, I was a big fan of Rise of the Planet of the Apes. I thought it was an excellent film. It was fantastic. Great comeback and everything. Such a great film. And yeah, so I was a big fan of Rise of the Planet of the Apes. Fantastic film, great comeback. Such a great film and everything. Fantastic film, brilliant film. Yep, I was a big fan of Rise of the Planet of the Apes. Yeah, it's a great film, fantastic film, and everything. Yep. So now we're going into Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, the sequel. Yeah. And I watched Dawn of the Planet of the Apes the day after I watched Rise of the Planet of the Apes on January 4th with my dad. Yep. And my dad thought it was a great movie. And when I watched it, what did I think of this movie? I gotta say, this is a really good movie. Yeah, Dawn of the Planet of the Apes is a solid sequel. Now I don't think it's as good as Rise of the Planet of the Apes. Yeah, but I still think it's a solid film. Yep. Yeah, I just preferred Rise of the Planet of the Apes slightly more, but I still thought Dawn of the Planet of the Apes was a solid film. Yep. Yeah, and yep. Yeah, yeah, but it was a good film. I thought the storyline was very interesting indeed. Um, um, yeah, the whole idea of it is very clever. Yeah, I thought the storyline was very interesting. Like the whole idea of it is very clever indeed. Yep. Yeah. Yeah, storyline was very interesting. Whole idea of it is very clever indeed. Yep. Yeah. And and um and yeah and and I thought the acting in this movie was absolutely fantastic. As always, Andy Serkis still the king of motion capture, and he is absolutely unreal as Caesar. In this movie, he's even better in this movie than he is in Rise of the Planet of the Apes. It's because he does a lot more talking in Dawn of the Planet of the Apes than he does in Rise of the Planet of the Apes. So Andy Serkis is still unreal as Caesar. Um, he's even better in this one than he is in Rise of the Planet of the Apes, as he does a lot more talking in Dawn of the Planet of the Apes than he does in Rise of the Planet of the Apes. That's what better about him is talking is fantastic. Yeah, Andy Serkis is fantastic as Caesar. Like he does more talking in Dawn of the Planet of the Apes. He's even better than he is in in Rise of the Planet of the Apes and Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, because he does a lot more talking in Dawn of the Planet of the Apes than Rise of the Planet of the Apes. His talking's fantastic. Andy Serkis is just absolutely unreal as Caesar. And like as always, he's the king of motion capture. Yeah, he's the king of motion capture. Yep. Yeah, he's unreal as Caesar with his talking and everything. He's brilliant. Yeah, he's the king of motion capture as always. As always. Yeah, and he does a lot more talking, which is great. Yep. And yeah, this movie has the acting is fantastic indeed, and Gary Oldman is also very good in this movie too, and um and yeah, and yeah, I thought the visual effects were absolutely fantastic in this movie. Yeah, this movie has great visual effects and use of CGI. Yeah, the visual effects in this movie are absolutely fantastic. Great uses of visual effects and CGI. Yeah, the visual effects in this movie are absolutely fantastic. Great use of visual effects and CGI. It's absolutely fantastic indeed. Great visual effects and CGI is absolutely fantastic. Yep. Yeah, CGI and visual effects, absolutely fantastic. Great use of CGI and visual effects, absolutely fantastic and everything. Yep. And and yeah, and the direction by Matt Reeves is unreal as well. And and um and 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 the action in this movie was absolutely brilliant. There were some great epic battle scenes and fight scenes in this movie that had me on the edge of my seat. They were brilliant. Yep. Yes, movie has some great action. There's great battle scenes and action scenes and fight scenes that had me on the edge of my seat because they were brilliant. Yeah, the action in this movie is brilliant. There were some great battle scenes and great fight scenes that had me on the edge of my seat because they were brilliant. Yep. And and yeah, great action, everything. And 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 there's also a new character that is introduced in Dawn of the Planet of the Apes. And it's a new ape, and his name is Koba. Yeah, Koba is the bad ape in Dawn of the Planet of the Apes. Yeah, Koba. And yeah, he's the bad ape in yeah. And Koba is a fantastic villain. He's so good and very well acted. Yeah, I think he's a great villain, the bad ape. Yep. Yeah, so Koba's the new character that's introduced in Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, and he is a fantastic villain. He's very well acted. Yeah, Koba the Bad Ape is. Yep. Yeah, Koba is the new villain in Dawn of the Planet of the Apes. He's introduced. He's a fantastic villain. He's very well acted. Yeah, Koba is a bad ape. Yep. Yeah. And yeah, he's a fantastic villain and everything. Yeah. And 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 Dawn of the Planet of the Apes is also very popular, as well as Rises. Everyone loves it. It's a critically acclaimed film, and it was nominated for best visual effects, for God's sake. That's incredible, and it deserves it. I can understand why people love it. It's a great film. Deserves it. All the love. I think it's a great sequel. It's not as good as Rise of the Planet of the Apes, but still good. I felt there wasn't as much action in Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, especially not Rise of the Planet of the Apes. Rise, there was there was there was there was there was there was action everywhere. Yep. Yeah, Rise, there was action everywhere. Yeah, Rise, there was action everywhere. Yep. So Dawn of the Planet of the Apes didn't have as much action as Rise did, especially not Rise, because it had action everywhere. Yep. Yeah, so Dawn of the Planet of the Apes didn't have much action as Rise, because Rise, there was action everywhere. Yep. Yeah. Because Dawn of the Planet of the Apes was focused more on the story, which I liked. Yep. More on the action. Yeah, I was focused more on the story than the action. Yeah. Which I liked. And a more darker theme to the film, which was cool and everything. Whereas Rise is more focused on the action, which I like, but I especially like Dawn a bit more because it was focused more on the story than the action, more darker theme to it. Yep. Whereas Rise was just the action, which was good. Yep. Yeah. And there is still action in it though. And the characters and the characters are really good indeed. Yes, Caesar, as always, he's a fantastic ape, very well acted and everything. And 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 Koba is an absolutely fantastic villain. He's very well acted as well. And Gary Oldman's character was good. And the motion capture is unreal. Andy Serkis is the king of motion capture. And And yeah, I think that's pretty much. And yeah, I think that's pretty much all I have to say. Yep. Yeah. Yes, that's Dawn of the Planet of the Apes. Yep. So overall, Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, um, is a really good sequel. Um, 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 um. It has a fantastic story with a very good idea, and um, um, great action, fantastic acting, great visual effects, motion capture and CGI, and and great characters, and excellent music. And in my opinion, this isn't as good as Rise of the Planet of the Apes, but it is still really good. So overall, I'm going to give Dawn of the Planet of the Apes a very strong 9 out of 10. And I give the cast 4 stars out of 5. Give the director 5 stars out of 5. Give the screenplay 3 stars out of 5. Give the effects 5 stars out of 5. Give the costumes 2 stars out of 5, and give the overall rating 4 stars out of 5. Great movie. I definitely highly recommend Dawn of the Planet of the Apes. If you like the first one, you'll definitely like this movie. Yeah, I recommend this movie, guys. It's brilliant. Yeah. So yeah, that's basically my movie review of Dawn of the Planet of the Apes. Hope you enjoyed it. And stay tuned for my next movie review, which is going to be a movie review on the final installment in the Planet of the Apes reboot trilogy, War for the Planet of the Apes. Um, 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 yeah, so stay tuned for my review of War for the Planet of the Apes. Hopefully coming in the next few days. And and I have good things to say about that one as well. And stay tuned for a cinema trip vlog coming tomorrow, guys. I'm going to see Migration, the new Illumination movie, in the View Cinema in Liffey Valley, and I can't wait to see it. So stay tuned for my cinema trip vlog coming tomorrow. But until then, guys, take care. Thank you for watching my video. Hope you guys are all looking forward to Valentine's Day, and I'll see you in my next video, and goodbye. Peace.